great Protestant reformer Martin Luther once said, "I have held many things in my hands, and I have lost them all. But those things that I have given to God, those are the things that I still possess." I'm going to ask you today to give something of yourself to God. I'm going to ask you today to give yourself to something bigger. To look past the doors of this church and the world of you. I'm going to ask you to send a group of students to a community meeting. Now, I understand that there's some opposition to the idea of short-term missions. But in the order of fairness and to be unbiased, we'll look at both sides of that issue. We'll look at the fact that, yes, short-term missions have been shrouded by two main controversies. But we'll also look at the idea that short-term missions can help support our missions education. And that short-term missions can help grow true disciples of our youth. The first opposition would be the question, why do we need to go somewhere to do missions? And the answer is that we don't. We can and we should do missions right here. But students react to and respond to and experience the culture in which they're serving so much better when they're taken out of their element, when they're taken out of their comfort zone, and simply immersed in it. The second controversy that I'd like to address is the idea that short-term mission trips can be very expensive and are oftentimes just for fun more than for serving. And at times this is true, especially for overseas trips. In fact, some places wind up with way too many missionaries for the residents that they have. But your students have decided to stay local, right here in North Carolina. And when given the opportunity to choose between a place with nice amenities and a simple place where they could just serve, they chose a simple place. They chose to be cost effective, to just serve and not to receive. Which brings us to the idea that short-term missions can support our missions education. A short-term mission trip can be hands-on experience, can be on-the-job training for the things that we teach them in the missions education class. And in fact, we have in place already pre-trip training to teach them where we're going, why we're going there, and what we're going to do when we get there. And when they return, they'll have the opportunity to become involved in our children's missions education, to share with them the things that they saw, the things that they felt, the things that God did through them, how they witnessed God's work. Which also brings us to the idea that short-term missions can help us to grow true disciples of our youth. There's a bond survey that was put out in 2008 concerning short-term missions. And it said that 75% of those who went said that it changed their life in some way. It also said that 25% said they became more and more aware of other people's struggles. These numbers are just old facts. They really don't mean a whole lot when you're just looking at them. But think in your mind, picture in your mind what this trip could look like. Big group of teenagers packed in a van with all their gear, traveling miles down the road to a community in need. A community that really feels poverty, that really knows what it means to be with substandard housing, that really knows what it means to have substandard utilities, and not enough food to eat each day. To be able to work alongside these people and develop relationships with them, and experiencing God working through them while they're reaching out to these people. That's a short-term mission trip. There's a man by the name of Sean Lambert. He's worked with a group called Youth on a Mission in San Diego, California for 22 years. And he says that he relies on the book of James, chapter 1, verse 22, as his source of scripture that states why these trips are so successful. He says that it says, don't just be a hearer of the word, but to be a doer. That when you hear the word of God and you do it, you grow. In addition, he says that the youth ministers that he's served so far have told him that these trips create true disciples, not just somebody who's trying to get through life and not fall into the hill. So you might be thinking right now, well, okay, sounds kind of good. What do I do to support? Well, I thought of three things that you could do. One would be to join us in our ongoing fundraising. We're already doing it. All the funds go straight to the tuition for the kids to go on these trips. The other would be maybe you would like to sponsor one of these kids. The whole trip, this whole trip is only $150 for a week of room and board and service. Or maybe you'd like to be a partial sponsor, which would be wonderful. Or maybe you would even like to become a volunteer. Volunteer leader. To come alongside these kids and to share your heart. To serve with them. To experience what God can do through you on mission trip. Yes, we've looked at the controversies surrounding short-term mission trips. We've looked at the idea that short-term mission trips can support our missions education. We've also looked at the idea that short-term mission trips can help grow true disciples of our youth. But whatever you decide, I would ask you to consider the opposition, but consider the possible benefits. Consider what it can do for our kids and for our church at large. As a missional church, we teach these kids to be missionally minded. It's time to send them into freedom. It's time to give something of ourselves. It's time to invest in our church, in our kids, and in our community. Thank you.